Dowridge, Jr.
First of all, I want to say thank you, Brother Rick. And yes, we've been knowing each other for over 20-some years. And one thing I will say, that I've grown to be the type of person that I'm not going to give you your flowers when you land in the castle. I'm going to give you your flowers while you can adore them, while you can enjoy them, and while you can flourish from them. There's a lot of people that I confront, and every time I see him, and I do the same thing with Rick, every time I see him, I'm always thanking him. And he's like, dude, enough already. But I can't. So I'm going to do it in front of everybody. Rick, thank you, my brother. All right, from day one, which I'm not going to open up that door, but from day one to yes, Papa, you the man. All right? So, I want to thank each of you all for being here today. And I must go there. I want to thank my God for allowing me to be here to address you all, and how he continues at my old age to open doors for me. So that's a blessing within itself. Yes. Inside this little booklet that I gave you, okay, as you open it up, all right, on the flap, the inside flap, there's a little story there. All right, and the story basically starts out about a reality, visualizing, and a dream. When I was honorably discharged from the United States Army at Fort Dix, February 3rd, 1983, I was discharged because of a medical situation that I was going through. So, just to share with you, they gave me, upon my exit, they gave me, y'all ready for this? They gave me $10,000 in an envelope. Wow. And I took that $10,000, being as young as I was, and vulnerable as I was, I took that $10,000, you know how they're doing it nowadays, right? Out there making it rain, right? Well, I took that $10,000, I stuffed it inside of my clothing, got on the Greyhound bus, and fell asleep. In my sleep, I had a dream. And the dream is funny because that was 1983. Here we are, 2019. That dream is still alive and kicking. The dream was billboards. That's all I saw in this dream. Billboards. Alright? There was nothing on the billboard. I woke up with a puzzled look. It's like, okay, what was that dream about? Empty billboards. Well, in 1992, while working at the United States Post Office as the first African-American manager of the department there, my son, on my day off, came to me in the 5th grade at Edison Elementary, as it states. He said, Dad, will you come and speak to my class today or tomorrow? Tomorrow was that Friday. Now, when he walked in, Sir Rick, can I be real with you? When he walked in, he saw me laid across the couch, watching Jerry Springer. He also saw me drinking a 40. That's right, I'm being real with you. The 40 was an old English 800 that I used to drink back in the days as a gangbanger in the South Bronx. When he came through and he hugged me and he said, Daddy, would you come to the school? Me being a good dad that I was and still am, I was obligated to go and speak. Ladies and gentlemen, I had no thought of what was about to happen in my life after I spoke. When I got home, there were 5 calls on my answer machine. Mr. Dowridge, would you come speak to our class? Mr. Dowridge, would you come speak to our school? Mr. Dowridge, eventually what happened is somebody had went and started making calls while I was speaking to these kids. God had a plan that I didn't even see. My plan was to go back to work and become the first black postmaster of Hillsborough County. That was my plan. But God had another plan. What was the plan? Son, I brought you through so much turbulence in your youth. You have a voice that I need to use. I need you to go out and I need you to help others to help themselves. The question is, what is your plan? How are you using your plan, and how are you focused on the plan? must, standards. I had to learn about this thing called standards. Setting a standard for yourself despite knowing that people who don't understand a standard that are surrounding you might move away from you, might unfriend you, might delete you because of the standards that you set for yourself as you progress in this thing called LIFE. Where's Nicki Minaj when you need her? If I had this moment for life. I had to realize, and I hope I'm not losing anybody in the way that I'm bringing it to you. See, some things I had to realize in the midst of standards. Setting a standard is not meaning that you're better than. I'm no better than anybody in here. You know why I'm no better than anybody else? Because like everybody in here, I was born. I was conceived. And like everybody in here, there's a casket waiting on me. I'm getting ready to go meet that casket like everybody else in here. But the standard that I put myself at, yeah, there's many people that don't understand it. Because I look back at what I come through to help me go to. But in the midst of going to, I must take time to stop here and there to shake a hand. Because the message must be told. But in the end, I got a casket, so I'm no better than you. Wait a minute. See, the way I'm looking at it and the way it's coming to me is that I stumble just like everybody else. Anybody here ever stumbled before? No. And I'm not stumbling. I'm not talking about stumble when you miss a step. How many of y'all have walked and missed a step, and then when you stumble, you look to see if everybody looking? Because you're trying to be cool with it. Alright? I've done that. But the stumbles I'm talking about are the stumbles that come to us in life. Death. How many of you all ever been to the funeral? How many of you ever cried at a funeral? How many of you all ever felt you want to give up after that funeral because that person that was laying there was that close to you? That happened to me not too long ago. My godmother, that's my baby sister, mother, who came in my life when my dad came and got me out the foster home at the age of 12. She stayed in my life until her last second. And me, because all she had, her children are all girls, so they adopted me as a strong brother. So I'm there at the funeral in Baltimore. I'm protecting them. I'm giving them love. I'm being the man for them. But when I stood over that casket and I looked at her, something came over me. Anxiety attack took over. Next thing I know, I'm laying in the hospital. That's how much she meant to me. And believe it or not, when I'm laying in the hospital, I'm saying, God, give me the strength. Not to fall weak, but to carry her to another level of plateau in this life. Using her strength to help me to elevate myself to help somebody else. That's a stumble. Pain. How many of you all ever had pain? Yes. You know, they got this new movie, Captain America. They got the female portraying Captain America now. Sir?
Captain Marvel.
Alright. As I look out at these beautiful young ladies, all of them sitting here like Captain America. They ain't got no pain. Don't know what pain is about. I like my sister. You trying me, Mr. D. But watch this. Watch this. Pain is something we should welcome. Excuse me? Pain is something we should welcome. Why should we welcome the hurt and the pain? Because if you know how to deal with the hurt and the pain, you know how to use that pain to help you gain.
Come on, sir.
You know how to use that pain to help you elevate above the norm. See, there's norm, but then there's abnormal.
Come on, sir.
You go from living your life normal means that whatever everybody else is doing, that's normal. Norm is when the tide is coming in, right? You ride it. Norm is when everybody on the bus sway, you sway with them. But abnormal, when everybody sway, you stand tall and go this way. Right. Abnormal is when you know you're better than that. Right. Abnormal, you know you have a purpose and you're going to live that purpose until the day you are laid down and the pastor is talking over you. As crazy as this may sound, Fremont Avenue. When I walked in the store, the ground started shaking. I'm like, get out of here. So I asked the dude, I said, yo, man, what was that? He said, that was an earthquake. Man, you better stop tripping. There's no earthquake in Baltimore. I turned the news on, earthquake just hit Baltimore, Maryland.
Wow.
But check this out. Because I have this love for this thing called LIFE, when I'm laying there and the pastor's preaching and some gonna be crying, they're gonna hear something. Boo, boo, boo. Boo, 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 boo. Boo, 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 boo. They're gonna wonder, what is that? And when they come close to the casket, they're gonna feel the rumbling going on in the casket, because I ain't done yet. Though I'm no longer in the physical, but the spirit is gonna fly so high.
That's right.
How can you take a full-size pencil and break that pencil, not in half, but maybe 3/4, maybe 1/4? Some people say, I don't want that 1/4 pencil. I want a whole pencil. Most kids will say that. I want a whole pencil. I don't like that. That's ugly. But they fail to realize that 1/4 pencil will give you more opportunities than the large end pencil. What do I mean? Martin Luther King, for example, died at 39. He didn't get a chance to live his whole life, but he lived the best of his life. That's why we're still talking about him. 20 years from now, guess who's going to come off somebody's lips? Nipsey Hussle.
That's right. That's right.
Wait a minute. He was a gangbanger, they say. No, he might have been a gangbanger, but look what he did for the community, for his immortal self to continue to live longer than his physical self.
Brilliant.
That's the 1/4 pencil syndrome. So what are you going to do that's going to carry you longer than your physical self? Matter of fact, sir, Mr. Dale Green, he has a radio show here. He's one of my mentors. He pulled me to the side back in 1994, coming from the music world, which I was in, and talking about me as being a motivational speaker. The name of my company was Donald D Productions. He said, Don, you're going to need something that's going to last longer than your physical self, because you want that. I said, yeah. So we sat there and mustered for maybe about 4 hours to come up with determine, learn, and develop. Are you each day that God allowed you to rise, what are you determined to do?
Wow.
That falls under the category, or should I say, that falls on top of the word must. What must you do in this 24 hours that you have been afforded? Not will. Not will. We're not talking about a will. We're talking about what must you do to conquer that 24 hours that you've been afforded. Determined to accomplish all the must that I should within that day. How many of you all ever get tired within a 24-hour day? I do. Matter of fact, the other day I went home and dude, I had some four-day-old chicken sitting in the refrigerator. And I'll be real with y'all, sir. Can I be real? Next time I go in my refrigerator, I won't heat the chicken up. I'll just start like a caveman. I be getting it. Alright? Well, after I got it, I sat down, turned on the TV, called myself watching the news.
Yeah.
Who was watching me? Was I watching news or news watching me? It was watching, News was watching me.
Yeah. Wow.
Because I was tired. My body was tired from ripping and running. But the beautiful thing is the resurgence, the perseverance of after you get that rest and you come back strong, Captain America type. Or better yet, for me, no other than the one and only. It's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's Superman. I love Superman. Matter of fact, in my souvenir cabinet, I got 5 Supermen in my cabinet. And ma'am, while you laughing, I don't know how I put D's on my chest. I mean S on my chest, I put them D's up there.
Okay.
4, because I got 4 of them in my name. D's. But when you come through issues that I come through, when you come through what I come through, that means that in my 4th foster home, for 9 months, I was made to eat alcohol dog food. I was forbidden to eat human food for 9 months. He took me to New York, South Bronx. By the time I left my dad, or we split from each other when I was 17, he had stabbed me in the back of my head 5 times with a stainless steel fork that I still go to the doctor at. That's when I was 17. I got stab wounds here. Kuta Kinte ain't got nothing on me. When he done whipped me, I got whip marks on me. School, left back in the 1st grade, thrown out in the 3rd grade, thrown out in the 6th grade, thrown out in the 7th grade, came down here to Tampa, went to Hillsborough, told the dean that I was going to kill him if I quit school. That's the part I like when I say that, because most kids say, well, what are you doing standing before us then if you quit school? Determination. They don't know I got a college degree.
That's it. That's it.
Flip the script. I have all the excuses right now, instead of standing in front of you wonderful people speaking like I am, to be that same brother that when you ride down Hillsborough Avenue, I'm the one standing with a what? Shopping cart. Or I could be that same brother that Channel 13 just breaking news, robbery just. Or I could be that brother that's on my way to where? Falkenberg. Determination. Must pick yourself up and bring out the greatness that is stored within you. You have another elevation that you have not even touched yet. What I had to do while I was on that bus sleeping, I had to go up to 1992. Didn't even know it. I had to go 9 years into my future to see what goodness was about to come out. But ma'am, I couldn't see it then. How many of y'all don't see it until after it's over? It's called hindsight. You don't see it until it's over. So, in 1996, through the grace of our God, guess what started happening? DLD billboards started popping up around Tampa, Florida. From that dream way back in 1990 what? 2. Learn. Unfortunately, we hear a lot about our kids nowadays who take learning for granted. But you know, since we all, wait, let me take a look now before I put my foot in my mouth. Let me take a look. All right, we all black folks up in here. If you don't know about our black history, then you'll never know about the struggles that we had about trying to pick up a book and read. I'm going to go there just because somebody requested I go there. Miss Sophia was teaching Frederick Douglass how to read. A, B, C. All of a sudden the door opened up. It was Mr. Huard walking in there telling Miss Sophia, you better not teach those Negroes how to read. Teach them how to read, then they don't want to be a slave anymore. And when Master stood before little Frederick, he said, Frederick, you're not here to read. You're here to take care of Tommy. And I better not catch you reading again. What did little Frederick say? Yes, Master, I never want to read. I hate reading. That's what was coming out of his mouth, but in his mind, he was determined to learn. So you ask me, how can a man who was a slave grow up and die as a statesman where kings and queens from all over the world coming to say goodbye, and he wind up being the first black man that is in state in the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. Determined, learn. How learned are you? How learned are you? Sir, can I borrow this?
Yes.
Oh, I got one. I remember when I had a big page on my side. Anybody ever had a page?
Yes.
I had a big one. I was in the middle of doing a presentation. This man, he said, excuse me, sir, there's lights going off on your hip. I said, oh, this is my page. Look how far we have come. Look how far we have come from the 20, what, half hour, that's one. And you got to dial 7 of those bad boys. To now, you just hit a button, ring. But when you take the phone out of this and you connect to the World Wide Web, you can go anywhere you want to go. You just got to what? Learn. You got to be determined to learn. Develop. Last night I did a presentation for a football team, high school football team. These dudes were like, pow. These dudes were, and I'm like, what grade you in? I'm in 12th grade, sir. pull my age out the bucket, maybe I'll be a winner this time. When you pull out a 62, and that 62 is not what developed, what's wrong with the picture? 3 months ago, Rick, I was at Mercedes on Dowridge. And I will tell you that there are a few things that I truly, honestly love. I love women. They used to get me in trouble. But I've developed now. Hallelujah. I still love them. I love the Temptations. I auditioned for the Temptations in 1996. You got a smile so bright. You know you could be my girl. Alright? As a matter of fact, Brian, you need to stop laughing. You're going to get me in trouble. As a matter of fact, a couple of weeks ago, they were at Exodus. Buffet. A friend of mine called me because I was supposed to go. They called me and said, Don, Otis, he want to see you. Otis Williams is the last living Temptation. And he wanted to see you. Well, I was on the bus tour, Candy Lowe's bus tour earlier, ripping and running, and I'll be honest with you, I got bad knees. That night, I spent in the bed, covered up with some medicine and pain, and I couldn't go. You know how disappointing that was? That was pain. The only thing I could do was put their songs on the phone and listen to it. That was my temptation, look at old videos. But the moral of the story is, pain turns into gain. Because there's a revelation behind it. Another one. How many of y'all familiar with Forrest Gump? Forrest Gump? Run, Forrest, run! Well, I'll let you know you are officially seating before the official black Forrest Gump. Because I used to run a lot. I used to run a lot of marathons. I ran in Tampa, I ran in Baltimore, I ran in Korea, I ran in California, I ran in Germany. I love running. But my knees got to the point where it said no more running. But check this out though. In the midst of all the running, think about all the opportunities that you run past because you don't take the time to stop to be what? Developed. I'm looking at the young ones in here. I'm looking at the young ones in here. I can just look at it and tell they're young. As a matter of fact, I can look at it and tell them they're like, let's see, 19, 16 years old. They're young. I'm getting some brownie points in. But the moral of the story is, like I was saying, how can you be 62 and you're not developed? But you got youngins who are young and they're developed because they are focused on what goals that were set before them, and no matter what, they're going to be focused because they want to live the purpose of, the word is success.
Right.
The word is success. I was about to say about Mercedes, I was at the Mercedes dealer last year I think it was. Watch this. I'm in there, Rick, can you use for example? I'm talking to the salesman. The salesman is standing right here. As I'm looking him in his eyes, and he's telling me about the brand new S63 AMG, all right, which is awesome. He's telling me about it. But as I'm listening, I'm like, yes, sir, right, okay. But I notice out the corner of my eye, I notice there's a man coming up in a wheelchair. Thank you, bro. A man coming up in the wheelchair. Watch this, y'all. The man did not have arms, and he didn't have legs. He looked to be in his early 30s, white dude. He had his hat cocked to the side like this. So when he got up and he got right here, I'm looking at my man, but this is what I did. And he came back at me with, so as he got about right here, another salesman come, and guess what? He got keys to this car. What does he do with the keys to the car? He put the keys right there in the wheelchair. Now, I'm listening to the salesman, but now curiosity done popped in. How is he going to drive this car? He ain't got no legs and no arms. But I hear this. Sir, you want me to pull the car up? His chauffeur comes up. The car costs $127,600. $625. Dude's only in his 30s with no arms and no legs. What's right with that picture? He's focused, he's determined. Despite the loss of his legs and his limbs, he's still developed. Because what does he still have going for him? He got heart, he got spirit, he got soul, he got mind, and he put them to work for him. Despite whatever you may not have, understand you got the gift. You just have to know how to use it to the extreme, even if you have to clock in on overtime. When I first started my business, I heard a lot of this stuff. This stuff was like, man, ain't nobody gonna pay you to do what you do. You black, nobody don't want to hear what you gotta do. How you gonna pay your bills? Dude. How you gonna pay your bills? How you gonna do what you gotta do? You can't live off of that. I'm going to my job because I know I got security. Well, right on. Let me go back to the 1970s Right On magazine. Right on, brother. Sister, you go to your job. But understand, when you're an entrepreneur, there's no 8 to 5. There's no 8 to 5. You got to be willing to go past the 8 to 5. You got to be willing to go 7 to 11, even if you don't make it to heaven in time. You got to be sewn in to what you believe in. And if you got the people that are around you that don't believe and don't see your dreams, then that's what you need to do. You need to turn off the gleam, bow, and tell them, yo, I'll holler at you later. Because if you don't, you're missing out on what? Your dream, because now you're kicking the determined, the learn, develop to the curve. Go get your 8 to 5. No disrespect. I don't even have time enough to open up the can of worms of what I had to go through to get determined to learn and develop off the ground. But ma'am, I was determined, even if I had to go downtown to the electric company and sit on that second floor at that desk. How can we help you today, Mr. Dowridge? I can't pay my electric bill this month. I need to know if I can pay half of it. Okay, when are you going to pay the rest of it? Next month? Okay. Well, ma'am, the money they told me that I could keep, I didn't take that to go to the club. I didn't take that to go buy me some